Hi everyone, welcome back to Sheri Approved. Thank you so much for joining me today. In today's video, we will do part 2 of some of the things that I have been doing differently in my skincare routine. And I did not think that this was going to be a 2-part series, but clearly I don't know how to do short videos and I talk way too much. So that's why we're here today. So the points that I'm going to share with you, I have 4 more points to share with you, and they are generally related to my nighttime skincare routine. So the first thing that I have been doing differently, and this may be completely normal for many of you, and that is I do my nighttime skincare routine earlier, or I try my best. So in general, I go to bed way too late. I'm usually up working really, really late. So sometimes depending, like if I've had makeup on during the day or whatever. I mean, sometimes I will go shower early, but sometimes I'll go shower really, really late just so that I can have that really refreshing feel just before I go to bed. But that would also mean that I will be applying my skincare not too long before I go to bed, right? Now, while I would usually allow my skincare to absorb before I actually hit the bed, that's generally not good for a couple reasons. One is because like at nighttime is when our skin really, really rejuvenates, and if I'm going to put all these great skincare ingredients on my face, I want to give it enough time and a lot of hours, or as much as possible, to really do what it has to do. My body is going to do some things on its own naturally, but then I'm putting certain ingredients on my face or on my skin to actually help that process, or help do it faster or create certain effects. So what I started doing, and this was a huge change for me, and like I said, this might not be a big change for you guys. I started doing my skincare routine as early as possible, and that means like literally as soon as the sun goes down or it becomes night, I will try to do my skincare routine. Now, mind you, don't necessarily get this done every single day, but I have been trying and doing my best to do it as early as I can to really allow my actives more time and really to help my skin rejuvenation. And the plus side is that my skincare is actually completely and fully absorbed, including my facial oils, if I do use any, before I actually hit the bed and hit the sheets. And while I do sleep on satin pillowcases, I don't really now have to worry about any of my skincare not getting to my skin and really getting on my sheets and my pillows. What a waste. So the next part of my skincare routine that I kind of adjusted a little bit has to do with my lips and my hands. So the thing about it is, like, usually you guys would know that I would use this. This is my lip mask from Beauty Hacks. Like, if you have not tried this yet, I don't know what you're waiting on. It's like the best. I absolutely love it. I mean, unless you're actually allergic to one of these ingredients, right? But yeah, I mean, it is phenomenal. That has changed my lips. And if for some reason I fall off the bandwagon, or I'm extremely dehydrated, like for a couple of days I don't get enough water in and I'm feeling it in my lips, putting this on for 1 or 2 nights, like making sure I do it and then do it in the daytime as well, makes a dramatic difference in my lips. Lord knows I need the help, So I mean, the thing about it is, like, when I do my skincare routine, because I just told you that I kind of pulled it up and I'm started doing my skincare routine a little bit earlier, and doing my lip mask, or putting on my lip mask, is a part of that routine. Now, if you're like me and you're up late working, that means you might eat something again, you might drink something, and so I tend to find that by the time I'm ready to go to bed, like, yeah, the lip mask is there, but I feel like I want a little extra. So I started doing this, and this is one of the changes I did. I make sure I apply or reapply my lip mask right before going to bed, so that I have like the best protection. I also sleep in AC, and air conditioning could actually dry out or dehydrate your skin. So I like to have that extra covering. So while I'm doing it earlier, I do it again. And the other thing when it comes to my hands is, and this one is like really, really new and recent, because like they say that the first place you could really tell somebody age is the neck and the hands, because a lot of us are doing our skincare routines and focusing on our face, but we forget some other parts of our bodies. And something that I started doing recently, and y'all, this is just something I have been doing, I don't know if anybody else is doing it, but I started using my CosDeBaha Galactomyces Serum. I don't know what's going on with my focus today. I started using this on my hands, but this is one of the things that I do right before I go to bed. And the other reason, like I mentioned before, is because even though I've done my routine and I lotion up and I oil up my body and I do all that jazz earlier, I am up late, and then I may wash my hands, I may do dishes, I may do something, and then all my product may get off. So I tend to leave the lip mask and doing this right before bed. So what I will do is I will put on the Galactomyces Serum, and then I will put whatever lotion or body butter or oils that I'm using, and I'll put it over that. I'll make sure that it's like nicely absorbed before I go to bed. I've been doing that. really because of the impact that studies have shown that galactomyces have had on the hands of like much older people when they were in it every single day. So I'm trying it. Who knows if we will know the result of this until I'm probably 50 or 60, but I'm going to do it, and I'm going to trust in the science of this one. The next change that I have made is with regards to my neck care. Now, I have these like lines. I don't know if you can see it. Quite a few of us have it. I mean, I'm a thick girl. I have extra fat here, but you all know that I also have a goiter. So it kind of looks exaggerated. But as I'm getting older, I am like more concerned, a little bit more concerned about like my neck area. And I don't want that to age faster or look old. And, you know, I'm doing all these nice things with my skin and all that. So you would have heard me say this before. I will try to take my products down my neck, but again, I was having a conversation with somebody recently, and she started to do that, but she was experiencing some irritation. And I don't know why, I don't know why I haven't mentioned this before, but that is something that you need to be mindful of, because the skin on our neck could be a little bit more sensitive or sometimes thinner as well than some areas of our face. So you may have to take a little bit more care with some of the actives that you use. So for example, the things that I would normally do is I would bring my cleanser down, bring my toner down, I'll do my essences and so on. But when it comes to like the acids or especially retinol, because retinol is one of the things I definitely want to have on my neck, you know, to make sure that I cause lines and so on to stay away for as long as possible, is you could use the sandwich method. So what I actually do is I will actually do everything except those actives in terms of I'll do my essences and so on. I will moisturize my neck and then I will put the retinol on. And that is to actually prevent any irritation, peeling. I do have sensitivity. Like sometimes I will actually get some types of dermatitis on my neck because these areas as well, again, because I'm a thick girl, I could tend to sweat here a lot sometimes. So depending on the weather, depending on what's happening, I will develop some irritation on my neck. I had it for a few months last year. Oh my God, it took so long. Snail mucin really helped to heal that though. But things like that, like when the area is very, very sore, I really don't want to be putting retinol or acids or anything like directly on the area, but I still want to be able to be giving my neck some treatment and some love. So yeah, that's something that you could actually do, which is something that I do now. I actually lay a moisturizer on first and then do that. But that's also something that I've done with my eye care, and the way I've changed my eye care as well. So you all know, I mean, we know retinol is one of those ingredients that have been proven to have an impact on fine lines and wrinkles. And one of the areas that I get so many messages about is like dealing with this area, and hydration and using your eye creams and peptides and all those things are really, really important. But one of the things that we know we could use because of the science is retinol, but a lot of people would avoid that because retinol could tend to be a little bit maybe too harsh for the eye area. Now there are quite a few eye creams, like ROC has a retinol eye cream and so on, that is really, really good, and if you could get your hands on that, fine. But if you do have your regular OTC retinol, which is what I use, because right now I'm actually using my CosDeBaha retinol, which I absolutely love, and I also have this one which has been in my skincare routine for the last couple of months by L'Oreal, the new one that I've been trying out as well. And I want to be able to get those a little bit closer to my under eye area to have an impact. So I do the same thing that I do with my neck. I use the sandwich method. I will layer moisturizer on first. So meaning that I will put on my eye cream first, so whatever I'm doing with my eyes, eye cream first, and then I will, the smallest amount, tap some of that retinol there. And I don't do that every night. I'm probably doing that maybe like twice a week, but that's something that's relatively new in my skincare routine. I have not had any irritation, and guys, I am actually a little bit worried about putting like retinol or anything like that directly on my under eyes. I know there are people that will do that with threats, and there are people who have done it and have had real serious irritation, and some people can absolutely handle it. Everybody's skin is different, so you really, really need to figure out what's best for you. I like to go the gentle way, the safer way, and so I'm doing that. I have not had any irritation at all. No burning, no stinging, no peeling, no anything like that. But that's something that's newer that I'm doing in my skincare routine, and I'm hoping that I'm going to see some results. And the last thing that I've been doing a little bit differently in my nighttime skincare routine that I could think about now over the last couple of months is with regards to my skin spatula. So you all would have seen this probably in posts. I've spoken about it before and so on. And a lot of people have been using it for the exfoliating part, using the sonic vibrations, really again to get those sebaceous filaments out, maybe blackheads that have loosened because you're using a salicylic acid and all that, to do extractions and so on. And again, you need to be very, very careful with that. But I hardly use this tool for that. I probably use it for extractions, like I said, once a month, if so often. But what I use this more for is the EMS function. So there's a function on it called EMS, and that really is a function of the device that produces a microcurrent. Now, there has been a lot of talk about this. There is like the New Face, I think, device. The Foreo has one that is getting really popular, and no joke, if I have to spend some money on a device, I have been actually considering it. I've been researching it and reading about it for months, but I'm also paying attention to some of the people that are looking at the science behind it, and saying, you know, does it really show results? Is it proven to do what certain people want it to do, versus what it can actually do? So the thing about it is that microcurrent uses like a low voltage electricity to stimulate facial muscles, and the idea is that they will encourage these muscles to be more defined. It will encourage the growth of ATP, which I'll talk about in a little bit, and also encourage the development of collagen within the dermis of the skin. And we all know as we get older, we want more collagen in our skin, and we're going to do as much as possible to get that, or bump up that production. The thing about it is ATP is a particular coenzyme that's found in our skin that's really important for the activity within the cells of our skin and the metabolism of the cells, or within the cells. So the thing is, the more ATP we could get, or if we could help to grow ATP, what's going to happen is that it's going to be better for our skin to work to improve the imperfections and the changes that we want to see, which is one of the reasons why this is such a huge thing, because these devices has the ability to encourage that. Like in some cases, I've seen some of them say that it could help increase ATP by like 500%. I don't know. I mean, I'm still researching it. I'm still looking at all the science and the studies and all of that, but it definitely shows some promise. And now I don't have those devices, but I do have this. And while this may be giving off like much less microcurrent compared to what some of those more expensive devices, I am of the view right now, like, you know what, let me do this. I could be consistent because this is what I have. And when you put this on the EMS, you will actually feel like doing some pulses and so on. And that is the mechanism that it's using to send those like tiny bits of electricity into the skin to create this particular effect. Studies have actually shown that microcurrent can help increase circulation in the skin, which I already know, help lymphatic drainage, which I already know, increase the elastin fibers in the skin, and that's really important for the structure of the skin, as well as helping collagen production. The thing about it is, like, a lot of people are more worried when it comes to aging and the sagging of the skin, the firmness of the skin, and all of that. And there's also belief that microcurrent could actually help the muscles within the face. That's a whole next thing. Like, if you guys have any comments about it, I would love to hear your thoughts on these devices, like these more expensive devices, for doing this. I would really love to hear it, because I'm on the fence right now. But I have actually started to use, like I said, I'm using this a lot more for that function, and I do it almost every night, maybe like 5 nights, at least 5 nights of the week out of 7, because it's an extra step in my skincare routine. And I have to say that I am noticing some subtle changes in my skin. And the thing about it is, what I've also read is that these changes may be at the beginning like very temporary, but the idea is that with consistent use of doing it regularly, the effects will last longer and longer. One of the tips as well is you could actually do this before you have an event or something. It will help to plump your skin, make your skin look a little bit lifted temporarily for a couple hours, which is really good. So yeah, there are quite a few uses by using one of these devices, especially that EMS feature, or that feature that actually helps with microcurrent. But yeah, those are some of the things I have been doing in my skincare routine at night, and I hope that this was helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and again, I would love to hear more from you below. Comment below, let me know what you have been doing different, or things that have been game changers for you, and I'll see you guys in another video. Take care. Bye.